What is going on today, guys? Six10 here, and today we're going to take a look at this team that I've been running. And I just want to say that I've kind of learned the ins and outs of this team. We're leading Charizard, we got Gyarados, and we've got Alolan Muck. And guys, this team is racking up the wins in rank 8. Like, for real, guys, I know a lot of people have their teams. If you've got a team and you're getting 3-2, 4-1s pretty consistently, guys, stick with that team because your rating is going to climb. This team has been consistently getting me 5-0s. I've got at least 3 5-0s the last couple days with it. And most of the time I'm doing at least 4-1 or 3-2. I don't think I've had a negative set with it yet. Charizard in the lead does a lot of work, and it has the bait option. I was using Typhlosion originally, and I switched it to this because of the baits. Also, if I get into a really bad matchup, like against a Swampert or something like that, I can just insta-swap to my Gyarados, and I have Gyarados has a pretty good matchup there, and we can still win that. You can see I get the Hydro Pump off there, very key getting that. They didn't have any shields remaining, so here I'm going to shield up an Ancient Power. Ancient Power did get that debuff, so not going to do as much damage anymore, and we're going to go for the Dark Pulse here. That is going to KO, I believe, this Togekiss. Let's see what they have in the back, and it's going to be a Garchomp. Okay, I actually haven't, I don't know if I've come up against a Garchomp yet. So here we go. We're going to take a Sand Tomb to the face, and then we're going to throw a Dark Pulse, and then we're going to switch into our Charizard. This is one of the reasons I love it. It's got that Dragon Claw. I can get to it very quickly, and you can see we've got it charged up. Boom, we hit that Dragon Claw, and this is going to be super effective against Garchomp there, and we are going to get the KO, and in comes Articuno, knocks us out, and we're going to get a few Snarls here, and able to just barely get off that Dark Pulse. That's going to win us this game, first one in this set. And we are going to go into the next one, guys. That is one reason I like this team. It has a lot of answers for the meta, and then it also has a lot of safe switches in it. I think Gyarados is pretty safe for the most part against a lot of what you're going to come up against. You can see here they lead with Venusaur. So Venusaur, obviously, I am hard countering that Venusaur. I have seen a lot of Venusaurs in leads, and then they switched to Poliwrath. So Poliwrath, not a terrible matchup for Charizard. Most Poliwraths are not running Hydro Pump on them, so they actually don't have a water type move. So you're in a pretty good situation. I switch here to Gyarados because I wanted to get start building up that damage and see if I can get a shield here eventually with Crunch. You can see those Ice Punches are going to be neutral. They're also neutral to Charizard, one of the weaknesses of this lineup. But honestly, we're going to do okay here. We're going to survive this Ice Punch with a little bit of health left. And there we go. And then let's see what they swap back in. It's going to be that Venusaur. So we actually do get KO'd. Which isn't bad. We're going to bring back out our Charizard, and we're going to farm down this Venusaur if they leave it in. We may have to throw a move because I don't want them to... yeah, there's another charge move here. This may be a Frenzy Plant. Yeah, it is a Frenzy Plant. So we allow that to go through, and then they got Alolan Muck there, so we're going to throw our Blast Burns. We probably will catch some shields here. Which I could have shield baited there. I just wanted to try to sneak one under a shield, but they did have 2 shields remaining there. We're actually not in a bad situation. A reason I like Alolan Muck is because it is kind of a soft counter to the Venusaur, and it does. Most people aren't using this matchup the right way. You'll see here. What you guys want to do is use there you go. Actually, that person did. So they used the Sludge Wave. The poison moves are a little bit better. Going to do a little bit more damage. Both are resisted, obviously. You can see did quite a bit there with that. And we should be able to... Frenzy Plant, not going to KO from this range. Going to be close, but we're going to be able to survive. And Dark Pulse here. And there, we didn't hit all the bubbles, which is fine. Still gonna KO, and then we're gonna go to, and they actually get to the charge move first. Have a little bit more energy than us, and that's gonna be a Dark Pulse, which is gonna KO. And we're gonna go in with our Charizard, and one Dragon Claw is going to finish off this Alolan Muck here of their team. So GG's, pretty close match there. And we do get another victory, guys. We are just racking them up with this team. I've been very, very happy with this team so far. And here we go into the next one. And it is going to be Articuno lead. Okay, so this is one that's kind of a tricky play. Honestly, they're probably going to go Icy Wind. They could also have Ancient Power, so you got to watch out for that. And here is the Ancient Power, actually. So you can see it is super effective. Not enough to KO now with the debuff to it, or the nerf. And we're going to go ahead and get the Blast Burn here. Let's say they did use a shield. So we're probably going to lose this matchup, actually. Which is, they did double shield. And so we still have 2 shields remaining, but they're likely going to get an Icy Wind off on us. Unfortunately. And so let's see if they do. There's the Icy Wind. And so that's going to lower our attack. But we do get the Dark Pulse off. We overcharge that a little bit. Overcharge some energy. Farm down a little bit. Swampert comes in. We switch to Gyarados. Gyarados has a really good matchup against Swampert. And we still have we have some shields, so we should be in a pretty good situation here. Hydro Cannon. And then they switch into Venusaur. Okay, so this one is going to be a tough situation. Venusaur is tough for Gyarados because that Frenzy Plant hits really hard, guys. So we're going to shield up. We're going to try to get this Venusaur out of here. It's going to be close, though. Let's see if I can get to Crunch again. There we go. We got to Crunch. So we should be okay. This should be pretty close to KO. There's the KO, and they swap into that Swampert. Should we shield this up? We do decide to shield because I have a better situation here. And then gonna go in, hit this Dark Pulse. I don't want them to build a bunch of energy off of mine. And so they're gonna go Hydro Cannon, which is gonna KO, I believe. There's the KO, and then we're gonna come in with Gyarados and finish it off with Dragon Breath. So GG's, very, very close. Was a good game. Definitely, that's where using the same team, once you guys have a team that's consistently getting you 3 2s, getting you 4 1s, just you guys want to keep using that team so you can get familiar with the matchups. The Ultra League is a kind of a consolidated meta, and so you don't have a whole lot of matchups you have to learn. And that's where getting familiar with those matches, knowing move counts and everything like that is going to help you out here. Here's one. I'm going up against Blaziken. And you can see we're going, and we didn't shield the first one because it was just a Blaze Kick, and we are going to block this one. A Blaze Kick will knock us out, I believe, at this range. So I do need to shield that up, and we're going to go for the Blast Burn, which is going to be not very effective, but it does a ton of damage to Blaziken. And so there you go. We did win that matchup, and then Giratina comes in. We're going to throw the Dragon Claw right away. Try to get this Giratina down a little bit. Oh, they actually do use a shield, which is good. We get KO'd, and then we have 2 options to come in with. I choose Alolan Muck. In this situation, it doesn't get hit as hard with those Ancient Powers, and then they actually bring in Togekiss, which is totally fine. We're going to go for the Gunk Shot here, throw that trash can at the Togekiss KO, and we're coming back here with this, and we're going to throw a Dark Pulse. This isn't going to be enough to KO, but is going to get it pretty low. From this range, let's see if they throw a move. They do, so we're going to allow our Alolan Muck to fall here, basically using it as a shield. We still have 1 shield remaining, so we're in a pretty good situation here. Dragon Breath should be able to take it out. We're going to shield up, and then it's going to faint here in a couple more. Let's see, a couple more, actually just 1 more Dragon Breath, and it is out of there. So GG's, trainer. We were in a good situation, and that's why I like the Gyarados and the Alolan Muck together, because they do kind of, if somebody is using Giratina, you have 2 answers for that. And then you combine that with the Charizard with Dragon Claw, it can do a little bit of chip damage as it's about to go down. So here, Empoleon versus Charizard, you can see that waterfall chunking us down. I decided I'm gonna go for the Blast Burn, try to catch him not using a shield. And there you go. We're gonna use a shield here. This is gonna be Hydro Cannon. So we are going to, there you go. We win that match because they didn't use that. They assumed we were going to try to go for the shield bait there. And this is another good situation here. They're likely going to use a shield here. So I'm going to try to get that shield bait with the Dragon Claw. And it looks like they did. The animation wasn't really there, but we're going to allow Charizard to go down at this point. If they've got Venusaur or something else in the back, we'll be okay. Alolan Muck comes in, and this is where knowing that Alolan Muck versus Alolan Muck matchup, I played it enough times now, you kind of know. They still have a shield, so we may go for a shield bait here, and actually we don't. We go for the Gunk Shot. You can see it does a ton of damage there, and we're going to be able to Dark Pulse now and get them out of there. We're going to shield this up because I'm suspecting they're going to go, yeah, there's their Sludge Wave, and so... we actually have enough for another Gunk Shot, but we're just going to go for the Dark Pulse. There we go. They didn't use their last shield, and it's actually a Sceptile. Okay. So we're going to go for another Dark Pulse, try to get this last shield, and then Gyarados should be able to come in and do a little bit of damage here. Leaf Blade is going to do quite a bit to us. Let's see. Oh, it's actually Frenzy Plant. Man, that hit hard, guys. So you can see we are going to get KO'd here. That's why I put Alolan Muck back in the back. I didn't want to get hit with all those Frenzy Plants. And where I just thought it was going to be a Leaf Blade. It is shiny, so I guess it would make sense that it's Frenzy Plant. And there's a Dark Pulse, which is going to be game over for that Sceptile. Sceptile, not super tanky and doesn't have as much defense and everything as some of the other grass options. So... hopefully you guys enjoyed that first set of 5. We're going to go in. Here's our Landorus. Man, these things take forever to catch. I'm not going to bore y'all with that video, but we did catch one in that match going 5-0. And there you go. You guys can see we're gaining quite a bit from these matches if we go 5-0. So I would recommend you guys find a team that you're comfortable with. Even if you're only gaining, 9 or 10 by going 3-2 or something like that, it's definitely worth it to keep climbing the ranks. The Stardust and everything else makes it worth it as well. All right, so we did get the lead here. We've got Venusaur, and they swap into Gyarados. Okay, so I haven't actually went up against an opposing Gyarados. We're going to hit Dragon Claw here, and then we're going to bail. I think I'm going to go to my Alolan Muck. Probably is the best play here because most of them are running Crunch, and we are able to get to a Dark Pulse fairly quickly there with that Snarl. And there's that. And then let's see. I shield up because I think, man, that is a long time. And there's the Hydro Pump. So we are able to shield that Hydro Pump. This is going to be a good matchup for us here. Let's see if they decide to shield again. I don't think they will at this point. Oh, they do actually shield. And then we hit a little bit of lag there. It does seem to catch up. They actually switch. I don't know what they switched into. But that's okay. It's actually Venusaur, so it absorbs that. And we switch into our Charizard. I'm guessing this is going to be a Sludge Bomb. And then we should be able to just farm this Venusaur down. And we have quite a bit for that Gyarados if they bring it back out. Or we could see their third Mon. Looks like they're going to use Gyarados. And let's see what did they have enough for Hydro Pump? I don't think they did. There's the Crunch. So we survived that. With the Dragon Claw here. And this should be enough. Yeah, there it is. And then we get to see their third Mon, and I throw a Fire Blast right away. Let's see what it was. Oh, it's actually a Alolan Muck. So Gyarados comes in and is just going to clean house here. No shields remaining on either side, but we're not going to need to use a charge move again. And there it is. GG's. We get another round there. And let's see what they're bringing for the next match here. Still running the same team. Charizard, Gyarados, Alolan Muck. Definitely having a good run here with this team. Oh, and we actually get a Blastoise. So hard countered here. We're going to build up a little energy and then swap Gyarados. Probably not the best thing. What I'm thinking is Ice Beam probably, and then Hydro Cannon on this. We'll see. It is an Ice Beam, but I'm not taking... I'm resisting the fast move damage. So we're able to get to Crunch and get the shield. And then we may not win this. Let's see. We're going to shield this up. Let's see if it's a Hydro Cannon. Should be. Yeah, there's the Hydro Cannon. And then here comes the Crunch. I don't think this is going to be enough. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not quite enough. We're pretty close. Are we going to get the KO? No, we're not. We're going to let the Gyarados fall at this point. We're going to bring out our Charizard. Finish that off. It's unlikely that they have two hard counters. They could, I guess. Actually, they have a Typhlosion, so this is okay. We're going to hit the Blast Burn right away. And we know they just have Blast Burn, so they're not going to use... likely their second move is Solar Beam, so we're not going to... They're not going to use that against us, so it's going to be a Blast Burn. And then we're going to hit the Dragon Claw, because we know that is going to be enough to pretty much KO, and we get one more fast move off there. And Giratina comes in, and so we hit the Dragon Claw, and then we're going to go into Alolan Muck. They still have a shield, and we have no shields. We should be okay, though, as long as they don't get a buff. That would be bad if they got a buff, I think would be the only bad thing. They hit Dragon Claw. It's likely, I know a lot of people have switched away from Ancient Power and have started using Shadow Sneak. So it's actually better for this Alolan Muck matchup if they have Shadow Sneak and Dragon Claw. You can see I survive quite a number of Dragon Claws there, and then we're able to get another Dark Pulse off, and this will be enough to KO. So GG's. Pretty close there, and definitely, I think they probably had Shadow Sneak on that one. So let's go into the next match here. This is a longer video than I normally do, guys, and I just wanted to show y'all how kind of once you're getting used to a team, you can learn the flow of it. You see here, we got Poliwrath. What we know about most Poliwraths, they're not running Hydro Pump. And so, you know, this is going to be an Ice Punch. That wasn't enough Mud Shots to get to anything else, really. And we would resist. Most of them are running Dynamic Punch, so we resist that. Not that it wouldn't do a whole lot, but we do resist it at least. So I like throwing the Blast Burn there. It does quite a bit. And then switching into Gyarados. And then here, I'm going to charge to a Hydro Pump. And then I'm going to throw the Crunch. Try to get a shield. And let's see if we get the shield. We do. And we're going to shield here, try to get to another Crunch. Likely, I doubt they shield this time. Like, they know our tricks. I don't think I can get to another Hydro Pump before they throw a move. Yeah. So, we do lose this. But honestly, we're not in a bad position. We can bring in our Charizard and get some extra energy. It's going to be a Ice Punch here. Oh, it's actually a Dynamic Punch. Okay, but we did shield it, so we're in a good position. Gonna Dragon Claw. Try to get a shield. There's the shield, and I think a Dragon Claw will actually KO now. All right, so here's that Dragon Claw. Let's see what happens, and there's the KO. Oh no, they survived. Oh man, with one like HP. Ice Punch isn't gonna KO us, but it does put us pretty low there. And able to knock out that Alolan Muck. And then, oh, they had Venusaur in the back. Okay, so we're gonna Blast Burn here. That's gonna be GG's for this game. That's why they didn't want to switch that in. So GG's. That's one thing you can kind of learn, like, from what people switch in and out, like what maybe they have in the back, and if you need to preserve a certain Pokemon. Like I wanted to preserving Charizard there obviously was good because they had Venusaur in the back. So here is another pretty decent matchup for us. It depends though if the matchup here is they could double shield. So I probably should Dragon Claw the first one, and that was a mistake on my part. If I Dragon Claw there, and that's where we're learning these matchups. If I Dragon Claw there, I can always Blast Burn on the second one. I think I could get to another Blast Burn then. I'd have to double check the sims on that one for my particular one. But it's fairly close. But I double Blast Burn here, and that was, I wasted energy there, basically. I'm able to get to a Dragon Claw, so I definitely could have got to that. You can see Dragon Claw is not going to do a whole lot, so you are risking the bait there of not doing a whole lot. But I just wanted to, at that point, I just had to throw some energy at this because they had double shielded it, which did cause issues with that matchup. You can see I'm just building up energy here. We got quite a bit off that. We did lose quite a bit on ours, but then Heatran comes in, so that is going to be a good matchup for us there, and we're going to Hydro Pump. And then let's see what comes in. Oh, it's Giratina, so we actually, kind of a soft counter to that. If we can get to the crunch, we do. And then we'll immediately swap into our Alolan Muck. So we still have a sliver of HP on our Gyarados, able to get it out of there fast enough, but not much left on it. But once again, Dragon Claw to us. I think Alolan Muck, in my mind, its stock has went up because of the debuff to the Ancient Power, and so a lot of people have either swapped away from Ancient Power, or Ancient Power just doesn't do as much. So definitely Alolan Muck in my book is a little bit better, and I know a lot of people are also running like Venusaur, so it has good points to it. Obviously, it's weak to Swampert if people know to use Earthquake against it. Earthquake is super effective to poison types, so some people, for some reason, a lot of people Hydro Pump or Hydro Cannon instead. So once again here, kind of a neutral matchup. It's pretty close. Those ice punches add up fairly quickly. And we're once again going to go for that Blast Burn, trying to get... I'm guessing they're not going to shield, thinking it doesn't do a whole lot. It does actually do quite a bit of work there. You can see. And then we know this is going to be an Ice Punch, probably. There's the Ice Punch. You can see it does quite a bit, actually. It does take, it probably takes about 4 of them plus the Mud Shot damage in between. And then they hit Power Up Punch. Okay, so it's Power Up Punch, Ice Punch on this. And then I'm going to shield this because they got that Power Up Punch, so it's going to do a little bit more damage. I wasn't expecting Power Up Punch on that, especially, yeah, interesting. Most people are running Dynamic Punch. That's the first one I've seen run Power Up Punch. Oh, Registeel. Okay. So we are actually in a beautiful situation now, because we've got, I actually don't care if my Gyarados goes down here, but we actually get to the Hydro Pump. So here's the Hydro Pump. We're going to do quite a bit of work there, and I don't think Flash Cannon's going to be enough to KO me. Let's see. Nope, it is not. So we may actually get this with just fast moves, and they still have 2 shields for their last Pokemon, and it is Scissors. So now my main goal is to get rid of those 2 shields with my Alolan Muck, and I actually did get one with that Crunch. Here, I'm guessing it's going to be Nightshade. They're going to try for that boost. See if they get it. No boost there. I actually don't care if my Alolan Muck gets KO'd. I'm just trying to get those shields. And then here, let's see what it is. It's Iron Head. Okay, so I think we're in pretty good position here. Dark Pulse, and then we're going to switch right away to Charizard. No, we actually get the double Dark Pulse. I forgot I charged up all that extra energy, so there you go. And then Charizard comes in to clean up. So GG's, very good battles, and there you can see going on a 10-0 run, basically. And I feel pretty good about this team. Super happy, rank 8 right now, and we did gain quite a bit over those last 2 sets. So as always, I want to thank my Patreon. If you guys haven't already, check out that link down there. That is how to get added to my friends list. Also, Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, guys, stay safe and keep on battling.